Hey guys, Zom Fox here. And today, this news came out yesterday, but we have some actually insane news to cover. The USFL just announced their awards for the Coach of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and MVP. If you've seen these, I feel like you're going to be one of those people, you're probably very shocked and impressed that the voters did this and who they picked, but at the same time, they got it right. I think that all the awards that were given out were truly just. Coach of the Year, I think, was the most obvious to go to Mike Riley. His decision to use a two-quarterback system was ingenious. And I feel like the most impressive thing is that despite losing the first game, they're able to remain pretty much undefeated the rest of the entire year. It takes a lot to be able to pull that off. To actually go 9-0 is very impressive, since no other team did that in a stretch so far. So I think it's very impressive that he was able to do that. And so I'm glad that he was able to, get that. It was really sweet. I think it was pretty cool. But, Mike Riley definitely deserved it. Defensive Player of the Year went to Chris Odom. I think there were some people that were hoping it would go to, Donald Payne. I think there were some other people who thought it should go to, David Bellamy. It should have been Chris Odom. I think this was, honestly, to me, the easiest of all of them. He just clearly deserved it. Odom has been insane this year. In a 10-game season, he had 12.5 sacks. That's legitimately insane. He's averaging over a sack a game. And, that's incredible. I know that you could say, it's just sacks, but he also had, a blocked field goal. I think he had a couple. He's just been an overall otherworldly pass rusher. His play has pretty much been one of the very few reasons why the gamblers were in a lot of the games that were in during the first half of the season. Because, to put it simply, he was pretty much single-handedly keeping them in games all the time. He forced 6 fumbles. He was just insane. Then Offensive Player of the Year went to Darius Victor. I'm glad. I think he did deserve it. He had 9 rushing touchdowns, which, if you don't know, that's pretty cool in 10-game season. That's pretty solid. But overall, he did have 577 rushing yards as well, which is pretty incredible. And I think technically he didn't start because, they were running two running back system. But he did get it. But to be frank, I think he's the only winner that I'm not 100% sure I can agree with. I think I'm fine with him. To put it simply, there's no one else I can really look at and say, oh yeah, they deserved it more than him. You know what I mean? I feel like they purposely didn't want to give Offensive Player of the Year and MVP to the same guy. At least that's what it feels like, which we'll get to in a second. But Darius Victor, I feel like, definitely did enough to earn it. He may not have ran away with the award, but he was definitely solid and deserved it. And the MVP, I can't believe they actually did it. This is one of those guys that I kind of just spaced on. I really thought the voters were just going to give it to Slaughter. They gave it to Kevontae Turpin. He 100% deserved it. He was on both the special teams, All-USFL, and receiver All-USFL. He led the league in receiving yards at 540, and the impressive part is in how few targets he had. He had 53, yet he had 540 yards. No one else even had 500, and Lance Lenoir, who I think got snubbed from the All-USFL team, had 88 targets. So in 35 less targets, he had even more yards. That's insane. He had 100 yards on the ground as well as a wide receiver, and he had a rushing touchdown. So he had 5 total touchdowns. He had 184 total punt return yards, which is second in the league. He had 68 kick return yards, which wasn't the best. But, put simply, his stats were just insane. You could make a very good case that he was the most important part of the offense. Because when you have a receiver that can get those wide open plays and get you yards downfield is great. I know you could say, it's just benefit of the play action because, they run the ball a lot. Well, he can run the ball too, and he can return the ball. He had the only return touchdown of the entire season, either punt or kick return. The only one. And it's true, I think Dale Johnson said something about it, that there wasn't a single quarterback that ran away with the award. I think if you had voted in week 6, it would have gone to Jamar. I think Jamar was just playing really well at that point. But with him getting, sick and then him falling off the last few weeks, it really came down to, are you going to give it to Slaughter for just being decent? And even though I think he's been bad, overall, when you compare him and Talamu, it's not that far of a difference. Yet, one of them is on a team that's going to the playoffs and one isn't. Whereas Turpin, he's just been solid the whole year. He's been a great player. So he definitely deserved to win this, and I'm very glad he was able to do it. I think it's really cool to see a wide receiver actually win an award because it like never happens, let alone MVP. So I think it's really sweet to see him do that. So hopefully he can do it in the playoffs and maybe he'll win the USFL championship game MVP. Overall, those were the awards for the 2022 USFL season. I'm very glad they did give out awards, and I'm very glad the voters got who they got. I think all the guys deserved it. So overall, this has been ZomFox. Enjoy this content. Let me know as soon as I upload any videos. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell. And as always, I'll see you guys next time.